This is a 2026 Ram 2500 Power Wagon. And in this video, I'm going to explain why this truck is so cheap. Now, I did borrow it from Larry H. Miller, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Sandy, Utah. It is available for sale. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see the name of this color. At the very top is the description. Base price is $53,405. Ceramic gray clear coat is the exterior paint. And then this is a short listing of the standard features. Be sure to pause to see more. Now, starting off the options is the Power Wagon package for $7,995. And it continues on this side. And then bed utility, tradesman, level 1 is $23.95, and then front and rear rubber mats, clearance lights finish off the options, and then destination is $27.95 for a total price of $67,900. And then here's the warranty coverage. You guys see that? Utah has been long overdue for a really good rain, and that makes me really happy to see. So let's get back to it. Why is this Power Wagon so cheap? Well, if you were paying attention to the window sticker, you would have saw that this is a tradesman. So Stellantis allows you to build a tradesman with a Power Wagon package for $7,995. Now, here's what I wish. I wish you could Power Wagon everything. So if you want a 1-ton, boom, do it. If you want a dually, I don't know how they would make that work, but boom, do it. Or if you want a Longhorn 3500 mega cab, boom, add the Power Wagon package. That would be awesome. But they're not gonna do that. And I don't know why. This truck is pretty cool though. If you're looking for a purpose-built truck, maybe you own a farm or you own property and you need a good truck to get you to and from, look no further. Now, on the front end, because it is a tradesman, it does give you the more basic grille, and for 2026, it fits. You also get the steel satin black bumper, which you get with any of the other Power Wagons, which is okay by me. And for 2025 plus trucks, you get the LED headlights standard on tradesmen. So this is the way to go, in my opinion. Front parking sensors are there. You also have adaptive cruise control, and they bless you with a worn winch with a synthetic rope. Also, right here, this is where you're gonna plug into. Now, I don't think you have a wireless remote with this winch, which would be kind of nice. Just saying, Ram. Now, there are no skid plates on the front end. But you guys will see here, the truck does have a solid front axle, Bilstein shocks, and it does have additional lift, and it has sway bar disconnect. You can see the mechanism for that right there. So that's what allows the truck to basically disconnect that sway bar. Now, here's a quick peek at these tires, which are the Goodyear Wrangler Durtrax LT 285/70 17-inch wheel. So these are basically 32.7 inches tall, 11.2 inches wide. So they're kind of wide. Love the fender flares. Gives it that more wider stance. You guys see clearance lights. Why would you buy an HT truck without them? A lot of guys do though. And it does have the fixed running boards there. You can't get rock rails, I believe, on the tradesman. Now, if you want just the tradesman package without the level 1, you can't do that. You have to pick both of those together. And it makes sense because you get the bigger screen and a few other things like dual climate control. I would just get it personally. Crew cab with the short bed configuration is the only way you can build this truck because it's purpose built. Build scenes out back. I forgot to show you guys too, this does have the Articulate up here. So that's why this truck doesn't have 35s or 37s, because they think people are going to be going off-road with these and they need as much wheel articulation as possible. By the way, here are the mirrors. Top and bottom are heated. And then out back, they do provide that step here for the bed utility group. And rear parking sensors, incandescent tail lights. We have LED license plate 4 and 7 pin for your trailer. Class 5 hitch still, and 410 with that matching tire. But you have a Steely for the wheel, which I'm not upset about that. Now, they do provide a light here for your conventional hitch. Backup camera. This is not assisted. 400 watts of power in the bed. Now, here's a question to all my senior Ram guys: can you get fifth wheel prep package on this truck? Because after all, it is a tradesman, so it should still be able to get it. Let's talk about that for a second. Most people know by now, in 2027, we are getting a Cummins equipped Power Wagon. Now, we've always had that truck. It was just called the Rebel. But regardless of it, Ram is just really excited about slapping a Power Wagon decal on the side of the truck and putting a Cummins badge along with it. So when it comes down to this truck, Ram considers this a purpose-built truck. So no, you cannot get fifth wheel prep package on a truck like this, because they're expecting the buyers of this truck to only want to go off-road. So if you're someone who might be after a half-ton off-road, or maybe you want an RHO or a Rebel half-ton, well, this is the next best thing, because you get that frame on the HD trucks, right? So you get that stability. However, they do reduce the gross vehicle weight rating on this truck, which means you have less payload. So I'll show that to you guys at the end of this video. But this engine now puts out 405 horsepower, 429 pound-feet of torque. All that power goes through a reliable ZF 8-speed transmission. So if you're looking for the best of the best, I think that this is a good platform. My only issue with this engine is it does have EGR. So you guys see right here, this is your EGR system, and it's the only HD truck in the segment with that on the engine. And I'm not sure why Ram feels the need to put that on there on these trucks, because they don't have to show fuel economy numbers for this thing. So this is where you're going to save most of the money at, on the interior. So all hard plastics. I like the fact that they still give you a black headliner to match the interior. And listen guys, if you want to put some cat skins in this thing, I mean, you could probably get that done for less than 1,300 bucks, and it would look perfect. You can do like a black and red accent or black and blue. You can go crazy because the interior is all black. So any color you choose, you can choose tan or pink if you want. It will look good in here. Now back, you guys see, power windows, door locks, no shocker there. The only negative thing about Power Wagon is you don't get a 60/40 bench in this pickup. Also, you can't get at least the Alpine. The Alpine sound system is killer. But if you don't give a crap about any of that, this is still a good bargain. You guys see the cup holders there, air vents down below, no armrests, and let's see, no storage in the floor. On this side, you do not have a power seat, and I don't know if you guys noticed, the driver's seat did not have power either. Tilt headrest, 6-passenger, which some people would probably like. You don't get that storage down here. You have open storage right there. Soft open glove box. They don't have the paper in here to let me show you the camper configuration, sadly. But 115 volt power plug, a little bit of storage, USBs, and you guys see right there a 12-inch display. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the driver's seat. Push button start comes standard on Tradesman. And you guys see right here, they still give you all your cruise control, adaptive cruise control, and then they give you this little, I believe that's a 3-inch screen. Love this. You get dual climate control with this screen here. Okay, yeah, the line is still working. Let's go to vehicle really quickly, because you have to have off-road pages for a Power Wagon, right? And as you guys see, they're right here. Shows you the altitude. It shows you that your front and rear axles are unlocked along with your transfer case. Your sway bar is still connected. So it shows you the angle of the steering wheel. This is all good stuff. They give you accessory gauges, because if you're going low speeds, rock crawling, your oil temp is going to go really high. Your transmission temp is going to go really high. And it's just good to monitor that stuff when you're on trails. Obviously, if you want to tow a trailer, you can, although these Power Wagon equipped trucks cannot tow much more than 10,000 pounds. I mean, I think that's where they top out at because of how they're configured. This is your towing menu, and this menu down below, I think Ram just has this all figured out. You have an option to have 2 phones active on Apple CarPlay. Let's go ahead and delete David's phone out of here, because this is not David's truck, and voila. So you can take out things really easy. I think that their interface is the easiest to like learn and use. Down below, trailer brake is still there. Traction control can be disabled, tow haul, front rear parking sensors. And that front and rear locker can be turned on right here, or you can just do the rear locker. And I like that they give you the option for just the rear too, right? Because not every time you need both. This is like your hill descent, Full drive is there. This is your axle unlock, as you can see right there. Sway bar disconnect can be turned on from there. And if you want to see some temperatures on this screen, they give you that information over here. But like I said, I think that Ram is just doing themselves a disjustice by not allowing this truck to have the Power Wagon package available for every trim. Like, could you imagine that? If they were to announce that you can Power Wagon every trim, even a dually. I mean, I'm not too concerned about the dually. I just know that there are some guys out there who just want the front rear locker, and that's it. But I guess the axle would have to be beefed up, and that package could get really expensive. So understandably, that wouldn't happen for sure. One USB inside of here, and that's pretty much all I really care to show you guys. I mean, this is basically a work truck. So it doesn't have a lot of niceties. It has incandescent light bulbs inside the interior and place for your sunshades, but it does have an auto dimming mirror, which is nice. So on that note, let's just quickly show the numbers on the door. You guys see right here, the gross axle weight reading out front is going to be 4,750 pounds. The rear is 6,200 pounds, and then the gross vehicle weight rating is 8,565 pounds, 8565. 17 by 8 wide wheels. All in payload capacity is actually pretty big. So 1,486 pounds. That's probably the most I've seen on a Power Wagon, just simply because if you add like Ram boxes and then the level 2 equipment group and all the other crap, I mean, you can have like around 1,000 pounds with these trucks because they're purpose built. They're not really built for towing. They're built for going off road and maybe some heavy gear, maybe 500 pounds worth. So not so heavy. And then you guys see right here, tire pressure is 60 out front, 65 in the rear. And that's why this truck's gonna ride so good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think that the Ram trucks have a really nice setup here with the Power Wagon, but it just needs to be offered on more trucks. I think that if they were to do that, they would really wake up the market with this pickup.